Yes, yes, y'all. I'm back. Wait, let's get some explosions going on. You know it. Sorry the album was late. I left y'all hanging a little bit. Went on my little hiatus. Got tired of talking. Just doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? How y'all been? Wait a minute. Wait, we gotta put that out there. Hold on. Look, nigga. I do this shit. That's my man from Boy Guard Therapy telling me to comb my hair. Why didn't it, see? There we go. We're back. All right. So if the audio's fucked up, at least it's on. Wait a minute. Okay, that's better. All right. Yeah, man, stop worrying about motherfucking. Why these men worry about my hair? Yeah, the world came to an end in a couple months I've been away. So this show's gonna suck. All right, because I'm out of. That's the thing. It's like the bubble, right? Them first games, sorry, they're exciting, but it's like watching girls fight. Can you still say that? Hold on, y'all. Wait. This is what we about to get into. We just gonna sesh up, right? And I'm changing the format a little bit. I'm gonna go a little less heavy on the politics because honestly, I just don't give a fuck. I don't know what the my motivation is anymore. I don't fuck with Biden. Trump's like a racist, not just a racist, but like a leader of the mob. You know what I mean? So we're gonna sesh with the best right from the start. And I'm gonna change the focus and be more about philosophy, God, and bitches and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Plus a heavier dose of the 420 lifestyle, dating and mating, talking about older men and younger women. You know, shit you really care about with a little bit of politics, like, ooh, we got Kamala Harris as a VP. Like, fuck that bitch. Like, I know black people are stupid, but come on. You gonna give us this mulatto married to a white man who's a cop arresting niggas for weed and whatnot and think that shit is cute. Fuck her. Honestly, I hate Trump as much as y'all, but long term, for the cause, for the revolution, it's better to have Trump for 4 more years because it keeps people woke. I don't mean like woke in the woke sense. I mean awake, right? Awoken. Oh yeah. So like I'm not prepared. I don't have all my shit together. But the biggest news happened a few months ago. And I wish I would have been like not so lazy at the time. Wait, there's a delay. Fuck. Wait, y'all don't see this, but I'm moving and it's like the internet. It's like the Matrix or something. Oh yeah. Let me get my bomb ready. Irregardless is officially a word. So so next time you with some smart mouth motherfucker talking, make sure you say irregardless. And when they correct you with their smart mouthiness, you can correct the corrector with, oh, contraire, mon frere, irregardless is a word. Irregardless. I wish I could do this automatically. I got my one viewer. Hey Johnny, this is me and you, cuz. But one viewer said, no, it's not. He's wrong. Oh, I know how to do it. I pull it over there and it goes automatically. He's wrong. It came out a few months ago, Webster, the white man. And you know the white man is always right. He knows what words is. And he said, irregardless is word. I think I do it like this. Hold on. You burnt. Out here on the internet, affiliated, claiming. Nigga, we 50. We 50 years old, nigga. Leave that IE alone. Okay? But you are where you from. You cut a certain way. That's true. That's true in all things and everything. You cut the way you cut. That's why I was talking to a female a few months back. Not the current female I'm dealing with. I'm gonna tell you about her in a little bit. But this other female, and this is why I can't be dealing with hey, look, nigga, I ain't gonna put all your goddamn comments in. You almost had to call you on Skype, nigga, and join in. But I was dealing with this female, and I was talking about if y'all don't follow the show, my racist white neighbor, that white bitch, right? And I was talking about this racist shit she be doing, and I kept saying, man, this bitch and blah blah and this bitch, and so she hella woke, right? She was dope. I dig her and all, but she hella woke, right? And she was like, can she did like this? She's like, sorry, please, can you do me a favor? Can you just stop referring to women as bitches, even if she's a bad person? And I was like, nah. I can stop talking about it, but I can't refer to this bitch as a lady. So I feel like we can all progress, but so far, right? So that's why this trans shit is really like a touch point in the culture right now, okay? Because like I just don't fucking care anymore. They can do whatever the fuck they want to do, but like if some 6'5" nigga walk in the bathroom and my little girl in there, I'm going there too and rescue my daughter. Like, you know, the he, she, and pick your variable, or what they call pick your pronoun. Oh, look at it. Ready, go. Pick your pronoun shit. Like, I can't get that far. So I start to relate to and understand like these old racist motherfuckers who can't get to, you know, like if you're born a certain age, like the time is fucking me off. It's like delayed. You can't say African American. Even if you black, you're like, nigga, I can't say African American. It just sounds stupid to me. Right? And I think like it's right around 50 where your brain becomes like hardened. And it is what it is. Okay? I can only progress but so far. Think about it. That is the sound of pure joy. Bags. Hey, Billy T, I'm going to send you a link of this. We was talking. Oh, that's a good little coinkydink. Me and my man Billy T was talking today because he's doing more edibles now. And I was like, man, fuck all that. And he was like, but it's healthier. I said, what you worry about smoking? He was like, well, you know, you're still smoking, so it's not good for your lungs. And I said, okay, bet. That's not really true. It is a little bit, but yet and still, it's really the chemicals, not the heat. But it's no different than doing hot yoga, really, if you want to be real about it. But if you are really concerned, then the healthiest way is just that pure vapor, that cool vapor. No carcinogens, no heat, no combustion, no fire. Just bags. You can take your time with it, too. You ain't got to worry about nothing. Oh, boy. What was I going to talk about? Oh, yeah. Let's talk about sports, man. Now, you know LeBron is my favorite player of all time. Maybe not my favorite. I think AI is my favorite. Then Magic, then LeBron. But LeBron is the GOAT to me. So understand that. It's not what this topic's about, whether or not he's the GOAT or not. That's what I believe. Okay, so that gives me credibility, what I'm about to say, which for those that know me, might be surprising. I'm about to call bullshit on LeBron. Wait for it. Stop rushing. Y'all ain't doing nothing. Johnny, I need Johnny. Check in. Say hi. I need the love from the fans. Where are my fans? Have I been gone that long? I topped my plants today, y'all. Topping. I'm going to share that video with y'all, too. We're going to learn the farming. I'm going to put more emphasis on the farmer with the God. You understand? Look at this thing right here. The fuck? Oh, not that one. Man, there was another one. Oh, that screen shit. Oh, that's why. Look at my shit. Oh yeah. So these niggas in the NBA wanted to quit their jobs, essentially, or take an unexcused absence because another nigga got shot in Wisconsin. Now, I'm going to get to why that's stupid in a minute. But in the meantime, between time, last things first and first things last. The story goes that they had a players meeting, like all the players in the bubble had a big old scrum. They was talking and shit. And then it's said that the Lakers and the Clippers voted not to play. Okay, let me tell you, LeBron's smarter than y'all, and this nigga's operating on different levels. Okay, so this is what LeBron was doing. LeBron takes pride in obviously all the basketball accolades, but he also is not going to let another nigga be the leader in the movement called, he's the Ali of this generation, right? His mind, right? So if he feels like you're close to that throne, he's going to make you an ally, like he did with Cap, right? Cap's a different sport, and Cap's really not on LeBron's level per se. So he didn't have to make him an adversary. He just got close with the nigga, right? And part of that's true. He probably does feel an affinity for him and whatnot. Totally understandable. But within the NBA, he's got to lead. Partially because he's earned that right. Like, if you want to come up and start talking some black shit or whatever, you need to holler at Cuz first, because he's like y'all spiritual leader in that regard. Speaking of which, I can't stand here, and I'm gonna start ranking who I hate the most in sports right now. Right now, I think it's Rick Bucher, because he tries to act like, oh, sorry for digression, by the way. He tries to act like he's shooting it straight, but he's just like Skip Bayless, but more cleverly disguised. He's just a LeBron hater. Speaking of LeBron, so that wasn't quite a digression. It was actually quite related to the subject matter. Last things first, once again. Okay, so within the sport of basketball, if there's going to be a protest, if some t-shirts going to be worn, LeBron's going to be part of that decision-making process in his mind. That's why, if you notice, if you are a sports fan, if you are watching, all these niggas got these names on the back of their jerseys like peace and let's hold hands and can we always get along and shit like that. LeBron don't. You're like, why don't they got it? Because he was mad because the NBA put out a list of things you could put on your back of your jerseys and didn't ask him. They didn't get his opinion. So it's not that one of those little catchphrases or slogans doesn't fit what he wants to say. He's just mad at the disrespect of them rolling out some sort of motherfucking social justice thing without him chiming in. And that's with the league, let alone another player. Follow me now. So fast forward to yesterday, right? Stay with me now. It's 360 degrees. You understand? I know it's rewind, but I said fast forward. Speaking of rewind, Nas got a new album. Okay? I haven't listened to it, but my man JP said it was fire. And Ann said the first three songs, I said songs, was good. Worth listening to. So I'm going to listen to that King's Disease because, you know, the God is the king and the king is a God. You understand? What was I talking about? I forgot, but something about LeBron and, not respecting them by doing the social justice shit. So, fast forward to yesterday. The Bucks, unbeknownst to anyone, boycotted the game. Orlando's waiting on the court. The other teams are probably in the locker room for the next game, you know, starting to get ready and whatnot, change, you know, all that type of jazz, right? And the Bucks don't come out, and nobody knows what's up. And them niggas say, we not coming out. Then there's a domino effect, and then as opposed to taking the L, the game gets postponed, and the next team playing was Houston, and they weren't going to play because they're going to be sellouts if they play. Then the Lakers had to not play. And you know LeBron wanted to get this sweep over with, this gentleman's sweep, so they can get that rest. So the rumor is two things. One, they said some of the players in the league, including LeBron, were upset that the Bucks didn't tell nobody, right? So keep that in your back pocket. Then during this meeting, because you remember, LeBron, Kawhi, and all them dudes, they wanted to go, they wanted to play. So now they have this meeting, and they say that the Lakers and the Clippers chose not to play, right? So what LeBron was doing actually was trying to wrest control of the leader of the movement within basketball, because at that moment it became George Hill / Giannis, but more George Hill. He's been the more vocal one, and LeBron wasn't having that. So only he and Kawhi, essentially Lakers and the Clippers, voted to lead the bubble, right? Milwaukee did not. So then, therefore, they're back in charge. But of course, number one, he then turns around and praises the Bucks for their leadership. See what I'm saying? Befriend. And then they decide they are indeed going to play this Friday. So if you didn't follow me, I'm saying the threat or the vote on their part and the Clippers' part to quit the season was bullshit. Either it was bullshit that he just like took a gamble that the other teams would still vote to keep playing, or it's bullshit in the sense that literally he probably whispered to Chris Paul and a few motherfuckers. He's real tight with every team and says, look, make sure you motherfuckers vote to keep playing. I'm going to vote to quit or to stop playing to look like no matter what, I'm all about the cause because I'm winning right now. I'm up 3-1 and we're a hot team. It's us and the Clippers basically in Milwaukee, just playing way better than everybody else, right? So nobody can say I'm quitting because I'm scared I'm going to lose again. I'm quitting. So it's like an extra layer of just sacrifice when you're the favorite now, or one of two favorites to win it all, and you're going to give up all that for the cause. You win, Milwaukee get in the back seat, LeBron's back in charge, right? And then he embraces Milwaukee and everybody else, boom. Okay, but it's the right thing to do. They need to fucking play. Now, I don't agree with shut up and dribble, but I do agree with dribble. Nigga, we need these games. Okay, there ain't no live TV but y'all. And I guess baseball, but nobody watch, even with Corona, you can watch no baseball in regular season. Wait till the playoffs, nigga. Whatever those are now. So my point being, because I was talking with a couple people today about that. What the fuck does you not playing basketball got to do with black people getting shot by the cops? What if it was the off season? Do you think that will somehow create some sort of cosmic rift or shift such that black people don't get hit by bullets? You think there's some sort of correlation between basketball and police murder? So what exactly are you going to do unemployed that you can't do employed in regards to drawing attention to this cause? Ironically, we're talking about it because y'all are in the bubble. If George Hill was at home and wherever the fuck George Hill is, feeling some kind of way in the off season because a new black person got shot by the police, what is George Hill going to do about it? Because nobody's interviewing him. Conversely, in this universe whereby there's basketball, there's cameras, there's several TV stations all covering the moves and machinations of these basketball players, thereby proving its own point. That the fact that you can threaten to quit and everybody be worried about that is precisely because you're there in the bubble, actively participating in the NBA season. Because if you guys decided not to do the bubble, nobody would fucking care. And that black man in Wisconsin still would have been shot. So, people always ask me, well, Farmer Hodge the God, you always saying how nothing means nothing. You're so cynical. Well, what would you do? I'm like, okay, well, there are things you can do, right? And I'm not going to give specific because of the legal system or whatever in this one regard, but just let's say it as this. Throughout history, armed resistance and rebellions, in addition to political negotiation and what ends in desired results. You can't do just one without the other and vice versa, right? You're not going to talk your way out of this shit. There's got to be that threat of physical violence against those you see as your oppressors, in addition to compromise and diplomacy, right? You can't be diplomatic from a state of subservience, okay? There has to be some fear in your oppressor, but we're not even going to talk about that. Let's say that road to freedom is off limits. So let's deal within the framework, within this box of the system, right? Politics and business and whatnot. There's really, here's the thing, I digress, but it's related. The thing that annoys me is when they say go out, get out the vote. Okay. Now let's say I'm gonna play inside of this world, this universe of the vote matters and whatever, right? We're gonna play this out. Now what? I'm out to vote. Who the fuck do I vote for? This presumption that voters are just going to pick the right person is ludicrous. So if you want to be real about it, number one, in addition to telling specifically the people you're trying to reach who to vote for, but also what to vote for. I need some water. Here's what I mean by that. Specifically, I'm not saying there's not a difference between Biden or Trump. There's going to be, conspicuous differences in how they govern and the result of that. However, specifically as it relates to police reform, defunding, whatever you want to call it, changes in what is animating and upsetting people, which is basically, seems like unnecessary murder of black men compared to how armed and aggressive white men are treated by these same police, right? In regards to that specific issue, you couldn't have two worse human beings, let alone Democrats, as far as Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Joe Biden, chief architect of not one but two crime bills that led to or further exacerbated mass incarceration of black and brown men. Right. And then you have Kamala Harris, the infamous district attorney of California, who seemed to take pleasure and comical relief from the unnecessary incarceration. I scared the shit. I forgot this fucking thing was here. All right. This cop, this district attorney, and Kamala Harris, she is a part of the problem, or has been, and hasn't yet reconciled that in any sort of cogent way that would, entice you to forgive and forget and actually even, for embrace her as a candidate, right? She keeps saying how proud of she is. Politicians are always so proud. All right, so for that specific purpose, if you're talking about voting in a specific attempt to affect change on this one specific issue of, let's just call it criminal justice reform, serious, like structural criminal justice reform, not just within the system, but actually rethinking the system, right? Voting can work to change that, but not through the president. It's going to be your district attorney, your mayors, the sheriffs, police chiefs, and also wardens, right? They're on the backside, but still, right? Those are the players that are involved. And you could take some of those seats, like in Philadelphia it occurred, and I think in Brooklyn, right? You can start to make real change, directly in how many years in prison or who goes to prison immediately by switching regimes throughout this country. Right. And a lot of these races are very winnable with attention and money. Right. But how many of you people know which judge is running, whatever? Like, nobody's following that stuff. So what people like LeBron James can do with their get out the vote initiative is have just straight play cards. Right. People just do a personality test. Do you want to see defund the police or reform? Do you want, if you get pulled up by a cop and he gives you a ticket for a taillight, do you think that was worth it to society or not? And go so on and so forth. Do you think white police are more likely to shoot a black motorist opening his door during a stop versus a white motorist, so on and so forth? And then based on that, say, here's who you should vote for, right? You can run some algorithm or whatever. And if you're animated, let's say, well, the top question would be, what's the most animating, which issue is more animating for you? The government said guns were banned, if abortion was banned, or if cops shooting black people was legal. Cops can no longer be charged with first degree murder for shooting black men, no matter what the cause was. Which one would cause you more concerned and motivate you to vote, right? And let's say that is it. Then we have the scorecard for you where the races you need to focus on are what I mentioned previously, right? And then in addition to that, you run candidates specific to that. Like, if you just get to the point where the focus is to break up the police unions, all right, that changes everything. So don't just say go out and vote, because you're just pouring shit into the same bucket. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this. I'm trying to call Dr. Mallah right now. Fuck.
Yeah.
What's up, God?
What up? What up?
Let me change that. There you go. We live at the farm.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Let me see the babies. Nigga, are you high right now, nigga?
Hold
That nigga look like mulatto Papa Smurf.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get my motherfucking family here.
That nigga look like.
Yo, you can hear me?
Yeah, nigga.
Oh, there we go.
Let me see the babies. Hey, nigga, you can put some UV lights on, man. You can be fucking around, have cataracts. I mean UV glasses. Did I say UV lights? What's up with your bandwidth?
Yeah. What? Oh, let me try to put my little speaker joint on.
Wait, let's get some sound effects in here. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yo. Oh, let me do random. No, I ain't gonna do random thoughts yet.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Hey, let me see what. Walk us through the strains. Let's see what we talking about.
All right. You see that? It's gonna be a little yellow to the light on. It's like,
Yeah, you use HPSs, right?
yeah.
Okay. So your ballast sits beside it, right? Is it like, is it attached? Does it come pre? Okay.
I got a little rust to it, but I don't know about those. A little rust light. But yeah, right here we got some wedding cakes, some drivers, and over here, we got some OT. I'm only about 20 days in the cloud, so I still got my little OT.
I can't hear shit you saying. Nigga, I can't hear you.
I said he's the cook. Can you hear me? OG.
Okay.
Calling that old man now.
Who smell the best?
What?
Who smell the best?
Would smell the best?
Yeah.
Probably he's right here. He's West Cakes and Sunday Driver.
Sunday Driver?
Yeah, Sunday Driver and Wedding Cake.
They up or down?
They all indicas.
What kind of terps?
So, like,
what kind of terps in that Sunday Driver?
like house block joints, heavy hitters. Like the young kids call it the Zaza, some exotic.
It's exotic. Okay. What's the terps like in the Sunday Driver? Is it lemony, blueberry-y, skunky?
Oh yeah, it's got like the berry. Remember that purple punch?
Yeah.
Got out of,
Like Fruit Loops.
yeah, exactly. They smell real fruity like that.
So be it. Hey, look, Doc, I'm off the bags right now.
You got your little bootleg volcano joint.
Bootleg my ass, nigga. That shit was expensive as a motherfucker.
Oh yeah, I think you like to play full price.
I'm bougie with my smoke. Look at that. Where they at? How far from a harvest?
Like a little over a month, like so you'll get home there, like double the size. They already do that.
How tall are your joints? You're not growing from the floor, are you? A couple feet off the ground, aren't you?
And they're already ready.
Hey, move the camera away from your mouth. Like, how far off the ground are you? Okay. So them plants, what, they about 2.5 feet or something right now then?
Yeah, I would say that.
I'm smart. So right now you just want them to thicken up more than grow tall, right?
Yeah, right now, like I said, you got my bottom is next. The all I want is tops. I don't want none of the little butters. I just want big. I just want the big boys.
Hey, look, I did my topper tonight, cuz.
Oh, shit.
And I made a video. I made a video.
Okay. You got to do the first episode. Morning with high.
I told you that's all they do.
I get it.
What you do, bottling, nigga?
I can't get my phone cracked, nigga. I can't even see myself. But, I ain't buying no more of it. That's like, you know what I'm saying? That's the fact.
That nigga got the itty bitty Nefertiti around his neck.
Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That nigga
Like,
said,
my feelings, my reminiscence.
I'm about to say you stuck in the 80s.
My mom told me when I was young, like the beggar to buy me a dog. So I said, yo, let me bring it back to life. Oh, I can go bring out the Cubans. You don't want me to bring out the Cubans, though.
Hey, you got a Turkish in there too, nigga?
Hey, I was gonna get me a Cali one. It was either gonna get I gotta get me a Cali special, so it's either gonna be a Turkish or, you know, the old school big ass earphone.
I was thinking about I was thinking about starting wearing chains again and put like a 3-finger on and a high riser on the other side.
Oh, man, if I could get my name plate back with the skyline off.
I remember that joke. From when we was little, like from high school, right?
Right, exactly. As I tell these youngsters, all y'all doing is reliving our old shit.
Yeah, that's all back now. Like 90s is everything.
Like, you niggas wearing guests. All the old shit we used to wear, like, no, and all the rock.
Right.
Yep.
What about these bitches?
What about them? Oh, no.
What about older men with younger women?
See, that's why, you know what I mean, when I was highlighting earlier, like, I don't know. I thought, you know, young ladies was more of a problem than the older ladies. But, you know what I'm saying, I don't have too much experience. I'm scared of the social media aspect of it.
Oh,
You know
so
what I mean?
you recently divorced now, huh?
Oh, yes, definitely. Single. You know what I'm saying? Thinking about that, about getting on focus, about my dreams. I might even post them. I you know, one a here and there. So I usually don't even post them.
No, I don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm a voyeur on social media.
Yeah, me too. I don't be doing shit.
Yeah, that's it. But that's why I say I don't want about the young ladies because I don't want my life laid out on the internet.
Hey, do you trim, dry, then cure, or do you dry, trim, and cure?
What I do is, when I'm done, I'm going to chop these motherfuckers up, hang them upside down, and then I'm fry them for like 4 days, and my shit will be ready to go.
No, when do you trim then? Before you hang them?
I've already did my last trim.
No, that ain't the trim to harvest. Though. I'm talking about when you trimming them down to a nug.
Oh yeah, you dry, trim.
Okay, because some people trim then dry.
Yeah, no, I dry, trim. It's gonna be like that's the most tedious part. That and it just, you know what I mean, trimming the leaves regularly. That's when you're trimming, man, 20, 30 pounds. It take about 10 of us probably about 6 to 8 hours. And we got a tumbler, so we got a little automatic trimmer. But you gotta pre-trim that joint and throw it in there before. So if you can't get out of hand trim it if you want it to look pretty.
I don't believe in those tumblers.
Hey, like I said, when you're dealing with quantity, you're gonna wish you had one. Yeah, but
That's why I think there's always gonna be a market for that craft bud, because it's just like with fine liquor or whatever, there's gonna be a market for that that tailored, catered approach versus doing it for profit?
Well, as far as trimming, you know what I'm saying? I trim all of it by hand, and I use the tumbler, and it ain't really that much different.
Yeah, you're breaking the trichromes.
Breaking the trichome trimming. So, you know, I'm just saying the effect of the eye ain't affected, and the taste ain't affected.
But it's like,
That's just
but
fair.
there's probably nuanced differences though. Even if it's just smelling it, seeing that pristine bud that hasn't been ran through a machine versus one that's been like an artist trimming it.
Yeah, it's gonna look prettier for the temporary, you know what I'm saying? It's like right after you trim, but once you put it in the jar and it cure up, they all gonna lock up the thing. I'm trying to tell you, like, it ain't gonna hold that beauty long. Take your picture dirty.
Well, it gets prettier though as you cure it. Like it gets new, like more complex terpene profiles and shit like that, and it can.
I'm just saying, with the tumbler, I get all the excess. So I get the key, and then I get a high grade cake. But you know, we turn around and make it to the full melt, and then we press it in the rosin joint and get the rosin. So you're not gonna, my hand trimming, you're not gonna get the amount that you need to do all the other shit I do with my excess.
But I was thinking for like a craft, small grow, instead of trying to like make the butanes or whatever extractions, just cook that shit up, man. Just make some butters or some oils type shit.
You should just do it like how they do like organic vegetables, like tomatoes. You just put them on the vine, throw it in a vial, and tell them have at it. Call it organic, man.
No, but I'm just saying, go ahead and cook them Jones up slow in a crock pot with whatever kind of oil, right? That way you ain't fucking with no butane, nothing like that, and whatever. And you gotta,
Yeah, but I'm not doing no good thing.
whatever. But if you make it, I'm saying if you're gonna make concentrates out of your trims and whatever your lower buds, then you're still gonna be doing some sort of hydrocarbon extraction process, unless you're gonna do the rosin press or something.
That's just it. Nigga, I don't do you say. We take our trim, make ice water hash,
Oh, and you press it.
hash, and make the rosin. So there's no motherfucking butane or any other of those motherfucking things.
But the yield on that is super small.
Whatever.
The yield on that is small.
Nah. Not with the amount it takes to here.
So you bubble it first. You get that slurry or whatever, and then you press that.
Exactly. But it's always dried out like, it looks like gold, like, because hash ain't nothing but the key.
Right.
Compressed. So if we just keep it in the key form, and then pack them in a little pack when they're dry, we don't do it wet. You know what I'm saying? We do it like we do doing the whole hash process to the end to make the key. And then we put the keys into the bag and then press the bag. So we're not using any butane.
You do anything with the leftover plant matter?
With all the, like I said, all the keys and all the good trim that comes off the tumbler.
But what about the leftover plant, the fiber? Do you do anything with that?
Nah, with the salt, that's just worth the hollow anyway.
Is what?
The salt is hollow. The salt, this right here,
Yeah.
when you cut it, you'll see it's hollow. It's just a vessel to carry the water and the nutrients.
It's still fiber though. It's still shit you can make paper. You can
make what?
paper and shit.
I don't know. I'm sure you can do something with it, but yeah.
How much?
We don't manufacture anything from that.
How much rosin pressed from bubble hash can you make off of, let's say, a pound of like trim and shake and whatever?
It just depends, like, on the strain, because some of it is more resident the other. Like this is right here, the Sunday, the residents. So you probably get, probably like 25% or, you know what I mean?
Speaking to the phone.
What?
Say that again into the phone.
If you probably get for a pound, you can probably get a quarter pound worth.
A quarter pound worth of of rosin? Fuck out of here. Okay. Let me ask you this: for a pound of trim flour, how much trim shake and shit is from that?
Like I said, I don't have the math on the numbers because we don't need measurements per pound and all that. But like I said, it's roughly about 25%
So
of whatever. Roughly 25%. So 25% of a pound.
wait, which part's 25%? The nugs or the trim shit?
However you do. I mean, nuts will get you a little more. I have more resin in it, oils in it.
No, that's not my question. My question is, if I got this much nugs, I got a pound of nugs, right? Right? How much trim would I've cut to get to that pound?
Oh, from that pound on the strip?
No. From that pound for a pound of finished nugs, how much trim did I go through?
Okay.
Huh?
I don't give a shit.
Okay.
From a pound from the nuts.
No. Stop. Listen. Hold on. Let's say that plant right there, right behind you, right? When you're gonna go to trim it, you're gonna cut all them leaves and shit off, right?
After it dries. Yeah.
After it dries, you're gonna cut all them leaves and shit off, right? And then you're gonna have your pretty little nugs, right? What's the ratio between pretty little nugs and trim, leaves and shit?
That's from the nuts. That's what I'm saying. I'm at the top.
Huh?
So everything, the trim is going to come from that.
I know.
From your nuts.
How much trim do you have in relation to how many nugs?
Right, but that's what I'm saying. It depends on how much you trim throughout the process. Some people leave more leaves on than I do.
Okay, for you.
For me, that's what I'm saying. For me, I'll say like this. We run, let's say, for example, with this all legal medicinal stuff.
It's all what?
Like, it's all legal medicinal license grow. But from our legal medicinal license grow, they say this room right here, this room right here is estimated between 25 to 30 pounds of flour.
And how much trim?
And trim, I used to get probably about workable trim because there's, different levels. There's going to be that super easy, and then, a little less, and then a little more meaty, until you get to the 30. But altogether, I would say probably about 50 pounds.
It's about half.
Right. It just depends on how much I trim each week during the whole process. Like sometimes I'm lazy and I won't, have it as packaged.
You still there?
No.
Say something.
I'm here. You hear me?
All right, so I got 10 pounds of nugs. I'm at about 5 pounds of trim, and from that 5 pounds of trim, I get 1 pound of rosin, roughly.
25%. So from that 1 pound, you're gonna get like
2.5.
a quarter pound.
You get like what?
Quarter pound.
A pound,
4
a
ounces.
pound and a quarter. You mean?
Like I'm trying to tell you, don't tell me what my answer is. From a pound of nuts, you're gonna get roughly 25%. So from a pound, you're gonna get a quarter pound of it.
I ain't talking about no.
Or
Listen,
a pound
listen,
of rosin.
listen. You're not listening. What I'm saying is, you got 10 pounds of nugs, right? 10.
Right.
Finished, dried, everything, right? From
Right.
that, you got 5 pounds of trim, right?
I don't use any nuts. All my nuts are packaged up and go.
I know what I'm saying.
So
So I'm saying in this corner, you got 10 of those, right? 10 pounds of those. And right here, you got 5 pounds of trim that you're going to process to make your rosin out of, right?
right.
So out of that 5 pounds of trim, how much rosin you going to end up with from your bubble/press process?
25%. Nigga, how many times I got? But whether you do nuts or trim, it's roughly 25% yield.
25% of 5 pounds equals a pound and a quarter.
Right. But I said, to make easy math, from 1 pound of trim or 1 pound of nuts, you're going to get roughly 25%. With the nuts, you might get a little more. So break your 25% down to whatever number you want. That's the result that I get from, when I press my rosin. I can expect to get at least 25% return on.
All right, so I guess you was thrown off by multiplication.
Nigga, I'm not trying to do your math. This is my math. Per pound, you're going to yield 25% rosin.
Let me ask you this.
If you do it.
Is the quality of rosin better from nugs than it is from trim?
Of course.
But is it that much better that be worth wasting those nugs?
No. No.
Is it a quality or is it just a concentration thing? Like it just takes more product input to get the same.
Like I said, the trim that I'm using is pretty much like if you have a jar of nug right now, all the shit at the bottom, it's the good shit that's still nugs, but it just fell off and bumped into each other and grinded up. And what's left at the bottom, that cake at the bottom, that's pretty much what I use. So I'm not using heavy heat matter shit.
Well,
Like
you don't
my
use the
shit
leaves
ain't-
at all? You don't fuck with the leaves?
No, but that's what I'm saying. We already trim off all the non-frosty leaves.
Right.
Like we use the frosty leaves. Like, see how the rosin is on the how the rosin
Yeah.
makes yeah. We're using the sugar leaves. We don't use a lot of these, like, that don't have to get on.
Right.
We use all.
And you can tell that just by looking?
Yeah, no, but all it's just the trimming process. We trim, all the fan leaves off. I try to do it while they hanging, just to cut down the process.
What? Say it again? You like to do what?
I try to trim like the bigger fan leaves off while they're still hanging up. Fine.
You like?
But you still have, after it's done, to get the pretty nug part, you have to get all that little shit off.
Wait. Say that. Say the whole thing again.
I trim all the non-sugar leaves pretty much off before we start the process.
Before you start.
And another thing, I do live rosin. And you know what live rosin is? If you remember when we went to Colorado.
I know. Yeah. You don't cure it. You do you freeze it first or no?
I chop it, throw it in the freezer, and then we make it our water hash from the live rosin, and then we press. So my shit is the purest rosin that you can make. You know what I mean? I don't do no more butanes, because I got asthma. My lungs are infected. So I gotta try to put things in my system that's not going to irritate and stimulate my allergy.
My allergen. So interesting. All right. So when you trim all that, so you trim it at you trim the final little sugary leaves right as you're hanging them, and then you take that and freeze it before you. Well, like you do it, like you do that last trim, then hang, or do you start hanging and trim after you hang them? Like, what do you do?
Like I said, we do most of our stuff live. So instead of hanging them, we're going to chop them, roughly just take them off the stem, take the buds off the stem with the leaf still, and then we're going to freeze. We don't hang those that we're going to make into a lard. If we're doing nuts. But that's only, we do that run like for our personal.
Wait, I was about to say you do the nugs too, or just
Right, that's what I'm saying. When we do, like, if I want to do the best rosin, like for personal, I cut it, and instead of drying it, I just freeze it first.
including nugs?
Everything, yeah.
But that's not cost. So then you have no flour though. You have no flour to smoke.
Like I said, I don't do all of them.
Oh, just a couple.
But yeah, the majority of our rosin, we just do it after the fact, after it's dried, and we use the shrimp.
That's what I was asking. So I'm trying to get the order. So you dry it, and then when you go to trim it, but then that's not freezing it though. That's not live.
Right, that's totally two different processes. They up. When I say, well, what the cure is, we cut, freeze, bubble head, press. The other process is cut, hang, trim. That's where we get our trim and our teeth. And we use that and put it in the rosin bag and press.
All right. So you got two types of rosin in. You got the cure version, which is the rosin bag and the press, and you got the live version, which is the trimmings and the nugs, frozen, bubbled. Huh?
The nug and the trimming, you make the notes of that. Those are either or. Live is just cut and freeze. Remember it like that.
Yeah, I'm saying it's the whole, like you cut it right there and put the whole thing in.
Yeah, but you don't put the salt in, you still clip all the buds off. You know what I mean? Then you freeze that. You don't want to freeze the fucking salt. For what? There's nothing there. You're not getting nothing out of it.
Yeah, but I'm saying you don't bother with taking the leaves off. You just get it down to the leaf nug together.
Not when I'm doing live. Yeah, because we're gonna bubble hat, so it don't matter.
That's what I'm saying. So you're doing live, you don't trim off the leaves down all pretty like that.
We just take them off the stem.
Right.
But we trim all the sugar leaves. But the other process, we cut, hang, trim off the sugar leaves to make the pretty buds that you smoke. And we use that trim, all the sugar leaves and the trim that came off the tumbler, or whether you can trim it or not, use that. And then you press that, and that makes rosin. It's just not live. You can't call it live.
Can you tell the difference in the highs between the two, the live and the not live?
The live, you can taste a little more. It's a little more turkey.
What about the high though?
For me, the dry one is better.
Really?
Yeah, that's just my opinion. Some people, you know what I mean, but the live tastes better.
People pay more for the live, right?
And the live is going to give you the lightest color. So when you see like white looking and real, just super light, that's live.
Okay. All right, man. Well, thanks for checking in. We're gonna do this regularly. It's the farmers. So I'm Farmer Hodge the guy. What's your farmer moniker?
Oh, no, Dr. Farmer.
Dr. Farmer, Farmer Hodge the God. Peace to the nation, and we're gonna holler back at y'all.
Okay. Ladies, comment for you. I'm saying it.
Peace.
No, it's
Peace.